Yeah, so we're up here, Edaleen Dairy. I'm Mitch Moorlag, general manager. Kind of a new normal, new times we're living in here in this life and times of coronavirus and COVID-19 and trying to figure it all out. Lots of things have changed, but yet numerous things have stayed the same. We're constantly having meetings as things evolve, different things come into place of, hey, we would like to see you do this, hey, we would like to see you do that. The biggest thing that we've had to change and take care of is really, that new term of social distancing. And how does social distancing take effect on a dairy farm, in a processing plant, and how do we do that? So for us up here at Edaleen, we've really taken heart to that, and hey, we want you to work closely with your coworkers, but not too closely with your coworkers. So we have meetings in the morning, but we got to use our outside voice. We're doing a little more a larger group setting where we're spread out a little farther. But one thing when we go on breaks, lunch breaks, coffee breaks, we're taking staggered breaks. We've got our employees. We've got about 25 employees here at our processing plant. All of them are taking staggered breaks, so they've got their own time, where they can sit down at the lunchroom table and take that break and get off their feet a little bit. But they're going in ones and twos instead of a larger group. In terms of in the workplace, in the processing plant, really we're able to, because a lot of it is automated, so we're able to stay personally far apart from each other. There's not really an area where people have to work closely together. There's a bottle room, there's a conveyor line that goes to the filler, and those guys are able to really stay farther apart. Yeah, on our dairy farm, we're able to, dairy farmers by nature are kind of social distancers. Really, the only time that we are real close to our other people is when the vet comes out to do a vet check, and we kind of got to stand a little closer to each other. But, we're doing everything within our means and our power with personal protective equipment that we can to still get the job done, still care for the cows. They kind of look at us a little funny when we're standing there with a mask on because they can't see our face like they normally can, but those are, cows can take a good laugh at us. Our employees are quite honestly the lifeblood to our business. If we don't have employees that can show up to help take care of the cows, milk the cows, do the field work over here on the processing side, if those employees aren't able to show up to day in and day out to process the milk, to load the trucks, to get to the stores, we don't have that line of available to, it just kind of abruptly stops. So our employees are number one to us. So taking care of those employees, making sure that their families are taken care of and their families are staying safe and staying healthy is so important. So really to equip them with all means possible to stay safe, stay healthy. But yet at the same time, taking care of that food processing and in a lot of ways, the food processing side, nothing has changed because of the standards that we are living by and have lived by, not just here, but in all of Whatcom County, all of the state of Washington, all of the United States, that we take care of to make sure that that food is safe and edible and consumable, and so just taking care of those measures, but ramping them up even farther in terms of taking care of our employees, number one. I think everybody's employees are a little bit on edge, a little bit on guard of what does this mean? What is this? Help educate us, teach me what I can do, what do I need to do, what should I do? So yeah, I would say definitely there are employees I think we're not abnormal to any other workplace that employees are asking questions. Hey, what can I do? What can we do together as a team to make sure that we stay safe, stay healthy without staying at home because we got to come to work? So yes, definitely questions, but we're all learning this together, and I think we've adapted really well. For Edaleen Dairy, what this has meant is that first little bit, that first few days, first week, we saw a little bit of spike. A lot of people that were just wondering, oh no, what's happening? So just like toilet paper, people went out and made a mad dash for milk, made a mad dash for ice cream, because how long am I going to have to stay in my own home? After that next week or so, we saw a drastic decline in our own sales. There is definitely a lot of uncertainty in the dairy climate right now. There's not a lot of guys, a lot of people that know really which way to turn. Thankfully, as a independent producer handler, we have a very strong, good core of customers, which we're very appreciative and thankful for. But at that same time, we don't really know what that future holds or where we're going to go, where we're going to turn. We've been here in Whatcom County for 40 years. Yeah, 40 years, and don't really plan on going anywhere. We plan on staying right here and being a proud supporter of Whatcom County. But yeah, not to discount any of the uncertainty in the dairy business locally, nationally. Not really certain where things are going to end up. You know, we at Edaleen, we've been here since 1975, so I guess bad math on my part, that's 45 years. But yeah, like I said a little bit ago, we are a producer processor who takes care of the cows. We grow our own crops, purchase some other crops locally, but then we take the milk from the cows and process fluid milk and ice cream. We've got 6 stores, retail stores in Whatcom County that we can sell direct to consumer, but we've also got some great distributors in the county here, and also a little farther down south in the state that provide dairy products to quite a number of stores. Everything that Edaleen produces, supplies, does not typically leave the state of Washington, unless, of course, we've got some of our great Canadian customers that drop on down and purchase their milk and ice cream and head back up over the 49th. With the extreme amount of traffic drop of consumers that are coming down into the state from Canada to purchase any product, we've seen a drastic drop in those sales, and yeah, it's definitely having an impact. But again, this is a long-term deal, not a fly-by-night. You know, here today, gone tomorrow. We plan on sticking around for quite some time. Edaleen Dairy, again, started by my in-laws, Ed and Aileen Brandsma, back in 1975. At that time, Ed's farm was pretty small. He was milking about 75 cows, doing a lot of the processing himself with a small group, a small team. Now today, we're milking about 1,200 cows. We farm about 800 to 1,000 acres, so we can grow those crops, the corn, the grass, and to feed the cows with. Again, with the 6 retail stores and our processing plant, we're right at about 125, 130 team members, from everyone from milkers to agronomy guys to processing plant employees to ice cream makers to the employees in the stores that are scooping that ice cream. I guess at the end of the day, I would really like to thank all of those loyal Edaleen Dairy customers who, whether you're getting your milk and your ice cream and other products delivered to you door to door by one of our great distributors, or if you're still able to come out to one of our retail stores, or if you're just not able to do any of those things right now, but you're waiting for that time this summer or whenever that time comes where you're able to walk down the downtown and down Boulevard and go to Fairhaven and grab an ice cream cone and just have time spent with those that you love. And over an ice cream cone, what better way can you do it than that? I guess at the end of the day, what this has really taught us is to not take things for granted, and that time being spent with your loved ones can be so valuable. So don't discount that time, but yet at the same time, enjoy it over a glass of chocolate milk or an ice cream cone.